Welcome to the Crazy J Podcast Show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's me, Matt, aka Crazy Kragi. Here we go. We're going to talk about the Padres and the Dodgers. We're going to talk about Fernando Tatis Jr. getting hit 3 out of 4 times this year by the Dodgers, and we're going to talk about Ohtani getting hit by the Padres. But what we're also going to talk about is that how much of this do you feel that this is not a real rivalry? I'm going to tell you something. This doesn't feel like the Boston and the Yankees. This doesn't feel like the Pistons and the Bulls from the 90s. This doesn't feel like the Lakers and the Boston Celtics of the NBA either. So why is it oh, there goes my hat. So why are these two teams, why are these two teams being illustrated to be uh, a rivalry when I don't feel like it's a rivalry? I think the players like each other too much. Freddie Freeman seems like too much of a nice guy to start a fight. Otani is way too nice to be anybody's enemy. I mean, for God's sake, he accepted the apology by the Padres pitcher who beamed him. So this isn't real rivalry. If it was a real rivalry, you would see Freddie Freeman, Ohtani, Tatis Jr. Those guys would be going at each other in the media and going after each other. But that's not baseball anymore. Baseball, when you go inside, when you pitch inside, you want to move the guy off the plate. And you know, it's funny is that Jack Little, a rookie pitcher, just happens to beam Tatis Jr. But this is the real question. Did he try to do that or was he orchestrated to do that? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. Because if Little just lost control of the pitch, it really means nothing. But if you hit him in the hands, you have to be pretty precise. Okay? If you hit him on the side or on the leg or anywhere in the lower body, those are more like more meaningful hits to get the guy off the plate. But to get the guy on the hand, you got to know what you're doing, all right? But still, this is just too much of a soap opera, too much scripted. I just don't see this rivalry going anywhere. Players don't stay on the same team long enough. They don't stay on the team to start their career and to end their career. Newspapers are not sold this way. Everything is too visual. So you're going to get your story right away, where it was back then when you get a newspaper, it was the talk of the town. It was the big thing. What are they going to do the next game in the next following series? This isn't the same thing. This is just basically uh, MLB trying its best to stay relevant. And when you get Mookie Betts, that went from the Boston Red Sox to the LA Dodgers, you get Ohtani from LA Angels to the Dodgers. You get Kershaw, who's not even pitching anymore. He's not even. I don't know what they're doing with him. Maybe he is pitching. Maybe I'm wrong, but if anyone that's going to, I mean, in order to make it more real about rivalry, you have to have the ace pitcher beam the other guy. So the score was 4-0. So what does that mean? That means like nothing. You were already in the lead, and then you just end up hitting somebody. I don't know. It doesn't. To be honest with you, it doesn't really matter if you're in the lead or you're falling behind because it's 4-0. So it doesn't matter if you were ahead or you're losing, because it was the later innings. It was in seventh inning when this happened. So this doesn't make sense. I just think this rivalry thing is bit scripted between the Padres and the Dodgers. Yes, I have my Dodgers hat on. Yes, I have my San Diego hat on at the same time. But can we stop with the at least get the starting pitchers to being the hitters, not the bullpen when the game is 4-0. I mean, come on, let's make it look more realistic. I mean, if you get that you starting pitchers in a situation when they're trying to beam the other player, there's a probability of being banned and fined for a couple games. What are you going to do with a rookie relief pitcher? Ban him for 3-4 games? Well, he may not pitch for 3-4 games. So what does it matter? So there you have it. I am going to talk about Caitlin Clark and J.C. Sheldon as another fantasy WrestleMania weird stuff going on. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Here we go. I'm done.